Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. Today we're going to be talking about place names, or names that have to do with different geographic locations. I think looking at place names is a great way to find names that are going to be unique and rarely used, but are still going to sound familiar to people's ears when they hear them. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 girls' names and 5 boys' names, and I'm also going to be sharing with you a little bit about their popularity over the last few years. So yeah, I hope you enjoy, and let's get into it. So the first girl's name I have for you guys is Vienna. So Vienna is the capital of Austria, and its rank in 2018 was number 865. And by the way, guys, if you would like to do a little research on a name, see where it ranks, see how its popularity has been over the past several years, you can go to the Social Security website, and they have the data for all the names used in the United States since the year 2000. So that's where I've gotten all my information for this video, just so you guys know and you're able to do that research on your own as well. So Vienna is slightly on the rise, just a little bit. It's still kind of right on that edge of being in the top 1,000. It's number 865. I think that this name is very beautiful and sophisticated. Now there is one association that you guys might want to be aware of. Vienna was the winner of the Bachelor season 14. And so if that bothers you at all, then that might be something to keep in mind, but I think it's a very beautiful name. So number 2 on my girls list is the name Ireland. So obviously this is a country, a beautiful country, and I've actually been hearing this name a little bit more recently. I have a job, I actually work at Build-A-Bear, where I get to meet new kids every day. And I've met a couple of Irelands actually. The rank in 2018 was actually not in the top 1,000 though, so I think it will be interesting when the data comes out for 2019 to see if maybe it has made the top 1,000 this year. Because I have heard it a couple of times. It looks like the last time it ranked was in 2015, and it was 988 at that time. I've also heard the variation Ireland with no D but 2 N's on the end, and that one's probably not my favorite, but I think it's interesting how people have been taking it and kind of putting a spin on it. Let's see. Okay, so the next girl's name I have for you guys is the name Florence, and this is a beautiful city in Italy that actually I had the opportunity to visit when I was a kid. And Florence ranked number 971 in 2018, and it's been on the rise just very slightly. The first time it ranked in the top 1,000 was in the year 2017. I really like Florence because it reminds me of kind of that old-fashioned old lady sounding names like Flora. You know, makes you think of flowers, and I really like it. So moving on to our next name, I have the name Georgia, and I think everyone's heard the name Georgia. It is a US state, and so it is a place name. In 2018, it ranked number 223, so that's quite a bit more popular than some of the others that we've been talking about today so far. But it has held pretty consistent since the year 2000. It's been in the 200s and the 300s every year, and this is actually one of my favorite names. I think it's very sweet. It has kind of a southern association because Georgia is a southern state, but I think that it's very versatile and usable if you're not from the South. Let's see. Okay, and then the last girl's name I have is Holland, which is also a country, and one that I had the opportunity to visit just a few years ago. And in 2018, Holland ranked number 838. And the first time it ranked was in 2014, and it's just been in the 800s ever since then. One thing I love about the name Holland is that you could use the nickname Holly. which is really cute, and I think would just be a really natural nickname for people to use. So yeah, those are all of the girls' names that I have for you guys, and go ahead and comment down below and let me know which of those was your favorite, or if you would consider using any of those. So moving on to the boys' names. The first one I have is Boston. And so Boston is the capital of the US state Massachusetts. And I actually have heard this one used a fair amount. It was number, looks like 639 in the year 2018. So it's really not that popular in the scheme of things, but compared to those that were, in the 800s or 900s, it is slightly more common. And it actually has been on the decline. It did peak in the year 2012, where it was 536, but it's been slightly on the decline ever since. And yeah, so this is one that I've actually seen a couple of times. I've even seen some spelling variations, but I would still say that it's a very unique name. And it's going to be very familiar to people. And I think it has some really good associations too, like Boston Terrier, Boston Cream Pie. So I think that's a really fun one. The next boy name I have for you guys is Caspian. And Caspian is actually after the Caspian Sea, which is a sea between Asia and Europe. And so in 2018, Caspian ranked number 801. And it first ranked in 2017 at 857. So it looks like it's climbing a little bit. We'll see how it does in 2019. Maybe it's going to keep rising up. I think a really good association with the name Caspian is Prince Caspian from the C.S. Lewis books. And I think it gives it a really strong but also kind of whimsical feel because his books were so magical. So yeah, that's Caspian. Next one I have for you guys is Oslo. And Oslo is the capital of Norway. Now this name is not ranked in the top 1,000, at least it wasn't in 2018. So this is a really rare name that you're not going to hear very much at all. I've never met anyone named Oslo in real life, but I think it's a great name. You could use the nickname Ozzy, and it kind of sounds like other names like Otto, but I think I prefer Oslo over Otto. And it has that cool connection with Norway. So I think that one is pretty cool. And then the next name for boys is Everest. So this name is for Mount Everest, which is the highest mountain on Earth. And Mount Everest is actually located between Tibet and Nepal. It's in the Himalayas. Now in 2018, this did not rank in the top 1,000, and that actually surprised me because of the popularity of the name Everett. And I'm sure you guys have heard that one because it ranked number 95 in 2018. So Everett is much more popular than Everest. So Everest could be a really cool alternative if you like Everett, but you want to be a little more unique. So I really love Everest. I think it sounds adventurous, sounds really cool. But yeah, so that's Everest. And then the last boy name I have for you guys is the name Troy. So Troy was an ancient city where the Trojan War took place. Now I actually found out when I was doing research on this name that there's debate whether the Trojan War even happened or not, which I had no idea about. But you guys probably know that Troy is a little bit more of a common name. You might know it from High School Musical. It was ranked 363 in 2018. So that's one of the most common names that I talked about today, along with Georgia. And it's kind of been on the slow decline since 2005. So, it might be becoming less heard of, less common, and maybe that's one that you want to jump on now. So yeah, guys, those are the 10 place names that I wanted to share with you today. And please let me know in the comments below which ones you liked, which ones you didn't like, which ones you might think about using. Have you heard any of these names? Have you met people with them? And yeah, just let me know what you think, and I really appreciate your feedback, and thanks for watching my video, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!